Hey, how you doing, folks? Chris Harris here. Another episode of Buck Sweet Sports Podcast, presented to you by 810 Studios. If it's your first time here, man, appreciate y'all joining me. Uh, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the page, Buck Sweet Sports Podcast on Facebook. Also, swing by 810 Studios. A lot of great content up there. Help them get to 1,000 followers. Go ahead and check them out. Something up there for everyone if like sports, music, and just good way to support some of your local content creators. So check them out, 810 Studios. Today's episode, we'll dive into a little bit of local sports stuff. Coach Johnny Borky getting settled in, for the new head coach for the Clinton Dark Horses getting settled in. Some of the stuff he has going on. Um, Going to talk about a little bit of North Carolina Tar Heel news, and of course, it's draft day, so definitely going to get into the NFL draft and some stuff with the Carolina Panthers. But once again, appreciate y'all joining me. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, usually I start with local high school stuff, but I'll go ahead and get into the draft. Um, Big day today, obviously. Lives are going to change. Um, NFL draft is the trajectory of your franchise can change with that one pick. Unfortunately for my Carolina Panthers, we don't have a first round pick, so we'll be on the sidelines tonight just watching. But who knows what could happen? Could possibly trade into the first round. Who knows? But Carolina won't be selected until tomorrow night, and Carolina Panther fans, we don't have long to wait. We have pick 33 and 39 tomorrow night. So, uh, like I said, we won't have to wait long. But I said, big Chicago Bears will be on the clock. Obviously, the number one overall pick, which, coincidentally enough, that would be Carolina's pick. But of course, the Bryce Young, the trade we used last year to move up number one involved our first round pick this year, which went to the Chicago Bears, and that's the pick they'll probably be using on Caleb Williams tonight. Uh, like I said, we won't, be doing too much, but just kind of spectating tonight. But kind of dive into it, kind of with the draft going on. Like I posted earlier this week, we do have a local athlete that will has a possibility of getting drafted this weekend. Guy by the name of Chris Williams. A lot of people, aka Claus, played quarterback and safety for Clinton, varsity starter for 3 years. Um, Great athlete, man. Had that unbelievable 2016 year. That was an awesome team. He was the quarterback, passed for 900 yards, 15 touchdowns, ran for another 300, and 7 touchdowns. And really, his biggest impact, man, back there in that defensive secondary, he had about 12 interceptions that year. I mean, awesome. That was a awesome team. Helped Clinton get to a 13-1 record. Suffered that heartbreaking loss in the third round playoff game against Northside that year. But that 2016 team was awesome, man. And Chris Williams was a big part of that. Uh, Outstanding basketball player as well, man. I mean, like I said, overall, just a great athlete. Helped that 2017 Clinton basketball team reach the Eastern Regional Championship team game before falling to Green Central. But like I said, man, awesome athlete. Something that I wanted to talk about probably in a later show when we probably get a couple of guests on to give their input. But I mean, he is the prime example of why you don't specialize. I mean, if you're an athlete, man, be an athlete. Don't specialize in one sport, man. He did it. He did it all in Clinton, man. And I mean, a lot of people saw him being, thought he was going, choose basketball, but ultimately, he chose football, and it's working out for him. Um, like I said, from Clinton he went to Limestone, and from Limestone he ended up at UNLV the past 2 years. Realistically, and this is not a knock on the kid or anything. Realistically speaking, I believe he's more of a day three, possibly undrafted free agent guy. But I mean, it's just having the opportunity to, you know, get to that level and make and have an opportunity to get to a camp. That's all that really matters, man. And he's right there on the doorstep. He uh, definitely hope he gets the opportunity to. Like I said, he is a great athlete. Definitely someone I could see, grinding it out and getting on the NFL roster. Guys like him, I mean, you would think that special teams is the path to actually securing a spot, and from there, I mean, sky's the limit, man. There's guys that made careers at being late round picks, and guys that have made careers being special teamers. Most of the guy, I want to say it's Matthew Slater up there in New England. I mean, years and years collected Super Bowl rings. It was just special teams guy, you know. But yeah, Chris definitely has the opportunity to get to that next level. And like I said, well, I'll definitely be watching. Hope to hear his name called. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to his family. I know it's a really exciting time. A lot of people were sharing the post that I had made on the page, talking about it. Like I said, man, anytime you got somebody from your hometown with an opportunity to, you know, get drafted into the NFL, man, that's a big deal. So definitely something for all my Clear fans to be looking out for. Like I said, as far as Carolina Panther goes, draft wise, like I said, tomorrow night, I'm definitely leaning towards it's gonna be best player available. I know there's a lot of reports about us taking Xavier Leggett, the outstanding wide receiver out of South Carolina at 33. I really think it's gonna come down to BPA, best player available. Hopefully, some of these guys that are rated first round fall into to fall into our lap right there in the second round. And I mean, we got two picks right there at the beginning of the second round, and I think you really got to because there's a lot of needs that we have to address on this team. And it's not just at wide receiver. Like I said, man, if a guy like Jackson Powers Johnson is right there, 33, I mean, experimenting, moving Austin Colbert over from guard to center, that's cool. But at the same time, he's never played that position in a real NFL game. I mean, you get a guy like Jackson Powers Johnson, who, one of the highest rated interior linemen in this draft, plays the position. Why not solidify your offensive line right there? Boom. You got to, with the signings you made, bringing in Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt, bringing a guy like Jackson Power Johnson, plug and play right there at center, your offensive line is set. Your young quarterback who you really don't want him to lose any more. I mean, this is going to be a big year for Bryce. Confidence wise, he can't have another season like last year. He can't be sacked 62 times. That's just not good for a quarterback's confidence. You get that, you establish the offensive line in front of him, and like I said, I feel like you'll see a totally different Bryce this season. And like you said, if people worry about his size and his durability, or getting sacked 62 times ain't gonna help. That's why I said fix that offensive line in front of him. And like I said, you got a guy like that. If he falls into your lap at 33, why not take him? But same time, I mean, if you got a guy like, and this is probably not gonna happen, but someone like Nate Wiggins from Clemson, defensive back, he falls into your lap right there at 33. Which, like I said, I feel like that's highly unlikely. He's been look, it's a lot of he's been mock drafted at like in between 20 and 25. A lot of defensive back needing teams in that position. Be really surprised if he falls that far to us, but if he does, I mean, come on, right there. Okay, now you got Nate Wiggins said plug and play. because our defensive back room is looking real suspect right now. I mean, I love J.C. Horn, but J.C. Horn has to stay on the field, and if he's not on the field, who you got playing behind him? I mean, you signed Dane Jackson from Buffalo, but he's more of a nickels slot DB. You got to have some dogs on the outside, man. You get a guy like you said, a guy like Nate Wiggins falls into your lap. Draft him. You got JC, and maybe maybe bring in a lot of talk about Stephon Gilmore coming back to Charlotte. I mean, you get those guys. The defensive back room looks a whole lot better. Just saying, it's a lot of ways we could go. It's so many different variations and variables. Like I said, for me personally, the perfect, you know, second round for us would be, getting a guy like Jackson Powers Johnson. And, they really love Xavier Leggett. Maybe he's there at 39. Who knows? Also been a lot of talk about, you know, Brandon Ayuk from San Francisco requesting a trade. T. Higgins requesting a trade from Cincinnati. One of those second round picks uh, possibly could be packaged to secure one of them. I know how I know people are so dead set on a rookie wide receiver, and I mean it's a cheaper option, obviously, but I would take a guy, established guy like a Brandon Ayuk. You already know what he's about. You don't have to mold him. You don't have to, go through the whole rookie, bringing him into the league type deal. You know what he's about. You've seen him. He, I wouldn't call him top. He's not. I wouldn't say elite top five, but Brandon Ayuk is definitely definitely a top tier wide receiver. You bring him in. I mean, who right now who's better? Brandon Ayuk, established Brandon Ayuk, or a rookie Xavier Leggett. In the long term, you'll know about a guy like Leggett, but still, I'll take an established wide receiver over a rookie. So either Brandon Ayuk or T Higgins, if you use one of those picks to secure them, that's another option. Like I said, it's just a whole bunch of different variables. Who knows what's going to happen? Like I said, I mean, there's a possibility we could trade into the first round and be picking tonight. But I'll be paying attention to just to see what's happening, and really interested in seeing where some other guys go as well. But like I said, still speaking on the draft, but kind of moving toward into the college realm a little bit. My Tar Heels, Drake May, really not understanding the Drake May hate. There's been a lot of Drake May hate on social media, and you've seen some NFL personalities like Rodney Harrison really coming down on basically saying any NFL GM that would take Drake May in the top 10 should be fired. Like, wow, I don't understand the hate with Drake May, man. Every Like I said, I know I'm biased because I'm a Carolina fan, obviously. But watching Drake May these last 2 years, I mean, if he's on if he's on Alabama or Ohio State or any other big name college football program, he he's a Heisman finalist these last 2 years, and he's probably playing in the college football playoff. The one knock on Drake May is he went to UNC to play football. And like I said, I'm a Carolina fan, but the reality is we're not a top tier, college football program. The lights are always too bright in Chapel Hill when it comes to Carolina football. Um, like just these past 2 years, like y'all already know my feelings on Mac Brown. Like I said, I feel like the game's kind of passed him by. Uh he he basically Mac, like you got to go back and look at some earlier shows from college football from the early in the season, but like Mac Brown, he's happy with 8 wins. He already when Carolina was struggling, he said, "Well, look, there's a lot of programs out there to be happy with 8 wins." Like he's doing the. I feel like Mac at this point in his career is happy with the bare minimum, and that's not what you want leading your football program. And and sadly, Drake May gets stuck with that. I mean, we basically wasted you know 2 really good seasons for him. Where I feel like if he was at a top tier program, and like I said, he'd been a Heisman finalist. But a lot of people are judging him based off, UNC football's history of quarterbacks. They're comparing him to Mitch Trubisky. They're comparing him to Sam Howell, and I'm just a totally different quarterback. And I just feel like with judging a player based off the college, because other guys from that university were busts, I feel like that's a really bad take. Prime example, people dog Ohio State quarterbacks. Oh, you don't want to draft an Ohio State quarterback. They're trash in the league. And yeah, there have been some Ohio State. There's been a lot of Ohio State quarterbacks that have been bust. So I feel like you really can't judge Justin Fields at this point in time because he really didn't have nothing in Chicago. Um, but C.J. Stroud right now has put all those people to shame. There were people when last year when we were having the discussions about Carolina, you going to select Bryce Young, you select C.J. Stroud. A lot of people's knocks on Stroud, besides that C2 test, was the fact that he's an Ohio State quarterback. All those critics are silent right now. Can't find them nowhere. They deleted those tweets. You know, don't judge a player based off the college, man. Just, I mean, everything Drake May has shown. Like I said, I'm biased. I he has his faults like any young quarterback, but there's like I say, calling the man of saying a GM should be fired for drafting him. I mean, come on, man. I mean, there's GM Kyle Pitts got drafted in the first round. About Desmond Ritter. People like if these guys get opportunity, why not? Why shouldn't Drake May get opportunity? And I feel like if he ends up in New England, which is a really good possibility, I feel like that's a solid pick. That's a step up from Matt Jones, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just really not understanding the Drake May hate, man. I feel like he's got a chance to go into the league and do some special things. Like I said, people comparing them to Howell. Like honestly, Sam Howell didn't really get a fair shake, man. Washington last year was already a mess. I mean, it wasn't too many quarterbacks that was going to walk right into that situation and be successful. So, I feel like Sam still has an opportunity to make an impact to be a great player in the league. Just like you said, it's all about the situations, man. When you get like tonight, when Caleb Williams gets drafted, he's going into way better situation than what Justin Fields went into. So that's like I say, a lot of times people will judge a quarterback, but you gotta look at the bigger picture, man. Some guys get into some really excuse my language, with some really shitty situations, and you're come on, you're a rookie quarterback. Like last year, people judging Bryce, but come on, man, look what look what he had to work with, you know. But sticking with college, not straying too far from Carolina football. I did check out a little bit of the spring game this last week. Um, main thing I was paying attention to, everybody, the quarterback competition between Max Johnson, the transfer from Texas A&M, and Connor Harrell. Uh, I feel like if the season starts today, Connor Harrell's got to be the quarterback. I feel like based on what we saw in the bowl game last year, based off what I saw Saturday or this past Saturday, I feel like he's the guy right now. And I don't really see that changing much over the summer unless something drastic happens. Max Johnson's, I mean, solid, but like you said, I just feel like Connor Harrell's the guy. And it's like I said, there's nothing wrong with having 2 solid quarterbacks on your roster. Hopefully, when the decision made, we know the landscape of college football now. Okay, I'm not the starter. I'm hitting the transfer portal, hoping that doesn't happen because this is one of the most important positions in football is backup quarterback because it's football. Injuries happen. So, but right now I feel like Connor Hurley's your guy. Um, all the just speaking on the spring game. You don't want to read into it too much because at the end of the day it's just a scrimmage. But Carolina wide receivers looked really good. But see now that's the thing that's scary now. Are the Carolina receivers really good, or is our defense really is our secondary still bad? That's the thing you gotta kind of worry about as far as you looking at spring games and scrimmages and stuff like that. But I think, like I said, offensively we look good from what I saw. Like I said, still iffy on the defense. Like I said, it's been a lot of turnover with that on that side of the ball. Breaking in a new defensive coordinator, new scheme and stuff. So we'll see how it works out over the summer. But yeah, right now, like I said, my expectations for Carolina football is I learned my lesson over the last 2 years. I'm like you won't see me get too hyped up over it. Like I said, I'm just not big on Mac Brown, man. I mean, Matt Brown, career wise, awesome coach, Hall of Fame type coach, got a national championship ring, uh, the best coach overall that Carolina football has ever had. I just feel like at this point in his career, man, I was hoping that he would just retire just after this past season. I just feel like we need some new blood, somebody that's not satisfied with just 8 wins, man. We gotta, you gotta have somebody that's. I feel like this is how I feel as far as Matt. I feel like Matt Brown kind of treats this like a hobby, just something to stay out there, keep him out the house. I don't feel like he's going all in. And I mean, at his age, I mean, that's he's not going to attack the job with the same energy as somebody in their late 30s, 40s and stuff. So that's just how I'm feeling. I mean, my expectations aren't that high as far as um, as far as national championship contending college football playoff, even with the expanded playoff, just we seem to start out pretty good, and it's like we just fizzle out towards the end of the season, and I don't know if that's just a conditioning type thing or it's just bad luck, but it's happened really bad the last 2 years. Like I said, I would say I'm learning. I learned my lesson, man, not to get too hype. But definitely looking forward to checking out see what Marion Hampton does this year. Definitely going to be on the Doak Walker watch list. Secured a big NIL deal. Um, that was in the news. Him and Cameron Rucker both secured really big NIL deals to ultimately secure their, keeping them in Chapel Hill basically because what was being reported was they were both really hot commodities team. It's recruiting that's taking a whole different uh, approach now in college football. You could draw guys in with big time money deals now. So folks in Chapel Hill did right and secured both of those key assets on both sides of the ball. So that's uh, good for Carolina football. Sticking with things in Chapel Hill. Carolina basketball, man, got some really, really good news. But let me backtrack real quick. Last week, made an error. I think I told y'all that Harrison Ingram was coming back to Carolina, and I swear I heard that or read it somewhere. But then I see, I think it was like right after I posted last week's show that he announced that he was declaring for the draft, and I was like, oh, what? Man? But so Harrison Ingram has declared for the draft, but he's just testing the water. So he's maintaining his eligibility. So we've had guys do this in the past where they go through the whole process and kind of they want to see where they fall as far as teams interested in them, where they as far as draft position stuff like that. So he has the option to come back to Chapel Hill. Um, I haven't really checked out top prospects as far as NBA draft goes. Of course, nothing like the NFL draft. You only got 2 rounds in the NBA. A lot less, you know, opportunities to get drafted. We'll see, what happens with that. But I think it's a good possibility that he will be back. Hopefully, so I'm fingers crossed for that. But so I just wanted to, make that correction. But we did get some good news. Steph Trimble, who initially entered the transfer portal, has withdrawn. He will be back in Chapel Hill. That's big time for us. Um, Definitely, like I said, big time defensive presence for us. Super athletic guy that definitely has improved since coming on campus. Looking for, like I said, when I talked about him transferring, still looking for him to develop a little bit more consistent offensive game, still some more confidence. Like I said, doesn't have to be a 3 point shooter. Don't He doesn't have to be Reggie Miller, Steph Curry. Uh, Consistent mid range jump shot will go a long way. With his athletic ability, I feel like that will go a long way. Just so teams will have to respect his shooting a little bit more. That's what I said. Little him and Elliot Cador, same boat. Just a consistent mid range game. And I feel like that would just up their level even more. Uh, but definitely an important piece back for Carolina, which leads me into my next one. R.J. Davis, reigning ACC Player of the Year, has decided to come back to Chapel Hill for his 5th season. Huge, huge news. Um, with that, with him and Trumbull coming back, with Cordova coming back, and with Jackson coming in, I feel like North Carolina Tar Heel basketball has one of the best, or potentially could be one of the best backcourts in college basketball. Um, Variation styles of play. It's going to be fun to watch. Watched Jackson, the McDonald's All American game. Watched some of his highlights from high school. Super athletic kid, scored all levels. I mean, just having him with RJ back, with Seth Trumbull back, with Cadeau in his 2nd year. It's gonna be fun to watch, man. It's gonna definitely be fun to watch. Carolina's known for running that fast break, that fast paced offense. With those guys back there, it's gonna be really really fun to watch, man. So definitely looking forward to that. Just got to see what's going to happen as far as the front court goes. We got Jalen Washington. Definitely seen a lot of. Like I said, I've seen the potential in him. Super athletic kid, can stretch the court. So he's going to be a little bit different than Baycott. Um, of course, Jalen Withers. Jalen Withers is going to be. I feel like I know he took a lot of heat from the fan base over his that last shot in the Alabama game in the tournament, but I feel like he's gonna come back with a lot more confidence. Once again, really athletic. It's gonna be a different look as far as Carolina basketball goes. I feel like we're gonna be a really fast paced, athletic team. Like I said, Jada Washington, totally different type of big, you know, compared to Mondo Baycott. So I think we're going to just want to get out and run and you know try to wear teams down that way, opposed to just banging it into the post on a slower pace. But it's gonna be interesting watching. Like I said, we're still active in the transfer portal. Got some guys coming to visit. So definitely looking to see how Hubert Davis and company rebuilds this team, and just looking forward to seeing what happens next season, man. Definitely feel like it could be another deep run for us. So moving into high school now. Still no news on as far as Lakewood's head coaching search. Um, Hopefully should be hearing something soon. Um, Talk a little bit about new head coach for Clinton Dark Horses, Johnny Boykin. He's really getting starting to get settled in and starting to he's looks like he's got some things planned for later on this week. What I'm reading is basically they're saying he's not going to be on campus permanently until late May. So but he's going to be on campus this Friday, just doing some housekeeping things. They said talking to potential assistant assistant coaches. I think he has a meeting with seventh, eighth graders, kind of laying down, expectations as far as Clinton football goes. He's already met with some of the kids here at the high school. It's like starting a media team. So that's probably going to they're probably just be in charge of handling all the social media stuff. Let's see what else here he's got. Sorry, I'm trying to read up on this post. But yeah, this is just like I said, basically just some housekeeping stuff. And he's got some meetings out and about in the community, meeting with the school staff. But and I see he's got a quote here. He says, "Great day to be a dark horse. It's good to be home." So that's like I said, it's good to see him. He's getting settled in. Definitely looking forward to seeing the what he's got planned for as far as the program. Um, Ready to see as far as his scheme goes offensively and defensively, who's going to be his coordinator, stuff like that. So definitely exciting time in Clinton. Good to see former player taking over. If you want to get a little glimpse at him playing, man, if you go on YouTube, they have the 1990 state championship game versus Thomasville still up there. And I was checking them out the other night. Number 52 at linebacker. So if you want to, get a look at it, if you never saw him play before, get a look at him. But yeah, definitely, like I said, definitely exciting time. Ready, so ready for a high school football season. Y'all know that's like I said, I enjoy, branching out and covering NFL and talking college and stuff. But in high school football, if you know me, that's where I feel at home. At man, I love those Friday night lights. I feel like it's the best August through December, best time of the year. So definitely looking forward to that. One thing, speaking on that, I was kind of going over, let's say, with the new changes covering all these Central County teams now, and plus Marlboro County. Like I said, no way I could really talk about each and every matchup each week in depth. So what I was thinking about was, uh, Saturday, early Saturday, I'll put out a poll, let the fans vote on who they think should be the game of the week, the one that I put more. Like I said, I'm gonna talk on everybody, but that one game that I really focus on. So I'll put out a poll each Saturday, yeah, from Saturday to maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Let y'all vote on it. Let y'all pick which game should be, the fan game of the week. Now, with that being said, like I said, I want y'all to vote, but I know I have more Clinton fans than probably any other fan base up here. With y'all being with, basically since the page been started, covered Clinton most, and everyone else is kind of pretty much newer audience. So, like I said, I want y'all to vote, but if I see it kind of just being every week, Clinton every week, I step in and be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna have to kind of uh, pick the game of the week myself sometimes as well. Plus, like I said, y'all know with the good matchups. I mean, I just don't want to be biased towards one school. If you know what I'm saying. But like I said, I want to give y'all opportunity to give y'all input as well. So just something I was thinking about. Like I said, man, let me know in the comments if that's something that y'all would be interested in doing and seeing. But yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to. Can't wait till high school football gets started, man. Like I said, it's always fun for me. But gonna start wrapping things up now. Once again, thanks for joining me, listening in. Uh, if you haven't done so already, please swing by A10 Studios, give them a follow. Like I said, a lot of great people there, a lot of great content. Check them out. If you haven't done so already, man, follow the Buck Sweet Sports Podcast page on Facebook. I'm always posting, different things, anything I see, uh, photo edits. Like I said, if you're a player, parent, family member, you got some pictures of you, just your athlete and want something, made, makes great T-shirts, posters, stuff like that. Send me some pictures, give me a little idea of what you want, and I'll try my best to hook it up for you, free of charge. I don't charge anybody for that. That's something that a lot of the Clem players and parents really enjoyed last season, and something I enjoyed doing myself. So definitely just shoot me a message, and I'll try to hook it up for you. And I've been branching out. I do all sports, so that's just uh, something I've really been something I really enjoy doing. But once again, like I said, thank everyone for tuning in. Um, Hope everyone has a great week, and I hope to see y'all again next week.